What's up, everybody? It's the Golden Facts podcast with Gold
and Facts.
And today we're reviewing the 1992 classic hood film Juice.
Juice, an American crime thriller film directed by Ernest Dickerson and written by Dickerson and Gerard Brown. It stars Omar Epps, Jermaine Hopkins, Khalil Kain, and Tupac Shakur. The film touches on the lives of four black youths growing up in Harlem. It follows the day-to-day activities in the young black men's lives, starting out as an innocent mischief and then growing into more serious as time passes by. It also focuses on the struggles of these four young men that they must go through in life, such as police harassment, rival neighborhood gangs, and their families. So it kind of touches on the basis of really, I mean, it's funny how time comes back around again. You know, you talk to certain kids in neighborhoods now, they'll tell you that this is kind of the life they lead.
It's still relevant today. Nothing has really changed. You could gentrify New York all you want. There's still going to be these little pockets where shit happens.
That's crazy. I mean, Juice really touches on, like, the early livelihood of this. I think I was maybe, you said, how were you when this came out? 11, so that means that I was 5. Yeah, so it's, I mean, I didn't understand it the first time I saw it. It was just one of those movies you go to, like, your cousin's house, and he's playing it.
This was a game changer for me. Like, everybody went out after this and was begging their parents or working, you know, mowing lawns, trying to get their first little DJ set after this. This movie created a lot of DJs out here, in New York at least. I'm pretty sure everywhere else as well.
I mean, it really is like a great New York movie, though, as far as, like, it kind of touches on the hip-hop aspect of it, what it was like to just run the streets every day, not going to school, you know, getting into trouble, and then you could easily see how you can, you know, wind up in the wrong group, and, you know, your trouble goes from, you know...
truancy to murder.
Right.
But definitely showed, back then, education was not like a big thing back then. These kids thought hanging out at the pool hall, the arcade was the way to go. And obviously kids really don't think like that anymore, but it is what it is back in 1992, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the film goes, like, it does, I feel like it stood up for that time frame of that's pretty much how life was, where you could get away with, like, not going to school, and, you know, your parents were... Because even in the movie, their parents are all on them a little bit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Nobody's just like, there's no one had like a drug addict parent that didn't care about them. All their parents cared about them. It's just, you know, you were, so I guess they were supposed to be seniors in high school?
I mean, the juniors and seniors.
The juniors
are still in high school, but they're not going to school at all.
No.
The movie starts off, you know, showing all the kids, you know, in their households, supposedly getting ready for school, with their parents thinking they're getting ready for school, but they're just gathering their stuff to hang out. The one kid, Steele, he just basically walks out the door, puts his books right at the foot of the door, basically. It covers him with a light scarf, picks up his radio, and goes to meet up with his little crew, consisting of Tupac and Raheem and GQ and the rest of the crew.
But even like Bishop, you know, one of the story arc characters, you know, his home life is he lives with his grandmother and his father. His father is
obviously mentally ill.
Yeah, he's just staring into the TV
he's
like
looking
he's
at little children's
somebody.
Cartoons, and he looks very awkward.
Yeah, so I mean, he has a little bit of that going on, but everybody else seems to have a pretty good home life. Raheem's home life is pretty good. He lives with his mom and his sister. You know, they got a nice little apartment in the city. You know, he's happy. You know,
his sister looks alright too.
Very cute. Who was she? Was she somebody?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm looking at the character list. Yeah, I don't think she was
in it. I never saw her ever again.
She was just another cute light-skinned girl gone by the wind.
Yeah.
It happens to so many of them. If I could only have saved. But I like how they showed you like how a kid's life was and how you could just easily get into trouble if you really wanted to. It's just really willpower. They went to a big ass school, a whole bunch of people there, so the teachers can't only keep track of you but so much. You know, I don't feel like they were getting phone calls home saying they weren't around at this point in time.
Nah, definitely not. It's too many kids to like cover in one little fucking shitty school district.
Yeah, so it really went. How the gang really went was Raheem was the leader of the gang, verbally. You know what I mean? Raheem was the leader of the gang that was played by Khalil Kain. Omar Epps was Q. And
Aspiring local DJ.
yeah, Bishop was just he kind of had a screw loose, and everybody kind of knew that he was on a different path. I would say that much.
I think he was definitely a special education Bishop. He just didn't care.
Steele was a follower. You know what I mean? He just got with a group of guys and followed. I mean, very simple. The way the movie starts off is just innocent fun. Kids skipping school, hanging out, having a good time. I mean, I'm pretty sure you did something like this when you were young.
Oh, no, not me.
Not you? Okay.
Nah, not me. I just read the Bible and went to school. That's all I did.
Oh, Bible thumper. I wouldn't have figured you for it. I mean, me, myself, I did not really do too much mischief. I mean, maybe after school, but as far as just cutting every single day, not caring at all, I mean, that's a little far-fetched.
It went on at our school, but I remember they had a bus that would go around, truancy bus. They would have security guards, and like they would see you out. They would radio the bus, and the bus would come accompanied by a cop. And you would get on the bus. It was called the truancy bus, the skip bus. And at the end of the day, you just see kids getting off the skip bus.
So they were really trying to track you down.
Oh, yeah. They weren't messing around. They heard anything about parties or anything, little snitches telling people, and they would come get you.
And then would just bring you back to the school?
Yeah, you get, detention. Your parents would find out, yada, 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 stuff like that. But
that's pretty wild. Yeah, no, I definitely didn't have that where I was growing up. That's pretty... I mean, usually the security guards knew who you were pretty well, so...
Oh, yeah, we knew our security guards, too, but there was always those,
Yeah, they knew how to find you, but... even still, like, as he's walking out of the house, like, his mother yells down to Steele that he has to come back and make up his bed because, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the parents are on him, but they probably work... Fucking parents probably work 3 jobs.
Yeah, everybody has a few siblings, you know what I mean? It's like...
Yeah, they got no time. They got a lot of kids. They can't... Some of them are going to be bad apples. Some of them ain't going to make it. They might die, Got to take care of the ones that care.
I mean, Raheem is in high school with a, under 1-year-old kid also. And at the very beginning of the movie, they show you that he has a son that he more or less cares about hanging out with her than the son. I mean, luckily she's kind of on some single independent woman, and she's just going to let it go.
Yeah, he's definitely not in that child's life because that kid is not paying attention to him at all.
No, he is not. And she's kind of, fast moving too. She's probably had a little, she was a little fast.
Yeah. Teen mom, 1992.
Yeah, but she was the wrong type of teen mom. Just kind of cursed them out, just yelling at them, cursing them in the street right in front of the kid.
Raheem didn't make the best decisions.
No, he did not. But as most light skinned guys, you guys always play the game fast and loose. So,
Here we go. Yeah. If you notice in the movie, the dark skinned guy was the one who was wilding out the most. So,
there's a bad apple in every bunch. Don't get me wrong. He had listen. As we will see, that things kind of got out of control one day. That's all.
Got picked on by the Puerto Rican gang, Rodamaz, everywhere he went.
And how does that feel going through life knowing that there's a Puerto Rican gang after you every single day? You got to stick up for yourself.
I grew up in a gang-infested area, so I used to walk down streets and people used to just pop up on you. They'd be like, "Oh, run your shit! Oh, what up? What up, Gold? How you doing? What's good?"
Yeah, I didn't have that same problem around here, but
thank God I knew them. Thank God we played at the sandbox at one point and kind of got a pass.
That's very nice. So I'm happy that worked out for you. I mean, for my man Bishop, it doesn't seem to be working out that way.
Bishop probably doesn't have a good personality, it seems.
No, very confrontational Bishop was.
Yeah.
He was looking for trouble, and trouble would find him also. So it was really a bad mixture of the two. But luckily, he had his little gang. You got your little gang of friends.
They had each other's back. They would run up. They would run up on him, punk him out, and then his boys would come and they'd squash it. For some reason, Raheem had all the respect. Like Raheem came, and six, 7 other guys could have just hopped on all of them, but they were like, "All right, Raheem, it's cool." And then Tupac wants to get all sensitive.
I mean, I just can't believe that all 8 of those guys were just like, "Oh, no, Raheem's here now. Let's leave Bishop alone." After he just called me 5 or 6 of the worst racist names you could call a Spanish person.
Yeah, he's very derogatory terms for the time. It was the 90s. It's different now. It's not different for some people. Some people still think they're living in those times, saying those evil words. But they make it out of that. If you guys notice, if you watch the movie, Tretch is in the background just looking brolic compared to everybody else, looking like a grown man. And for some reason, they put Tretch in a Puerto Rican gang. But hey, He must have nailed the audition. I don't know. He took Coño a couple times. But
As you notice through the movie, there's a lot of rappers, R&B singers that had very small parts that you could tell just tried out for a spot. Like they were like, "Hey, we're shooting a movie in New York.
You can sit here. And people will notice that it's you."
Yeah.
Shout out to EPMD up in a couple scenes as well.
Oh man! So they fast forward to Steele, obviously lying on his dick, telling stories about how he just slept with some girl. I mean,
Donna Barnes.
Donna Barnes.
They make fun of him and say, "Oh, you didn't know she used to be Donald Barnes,"
and Steele doesn't like
which
that
is
very
also very insensitive by 2019 standards. She could identify as whoever she wanted.
Yeah, she was. Donna Brown was just a person.
In 1992, that was very funny though.
Yes, now that it's insecure and that's not how we judge people anymore. It was just a person that he was with.
So after they crack on him, they go down to their local spot. They hang out at a local pool hall / arcade run by, at the time, little known Samuel L. Jackson.
Who still looked like he was He still looked. He still looked like he was 40 years old in this movie.
Yeah, I've never seen him young in a movie. He started out pretty late though. I think he started in his 40s in movies. So
yeah, supposedly, he was a grown man and he was like a drug addict, and then his wife, still now wife, was the one that was like, "All right, you want to act? I'm going to put you in movies," and she like moved him out to California, and they
got him sober, got him off that shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Hope he's faithful to her. She saved his life probably because
they're still together.
He looks like a druggie a little bit.
I mean, those were the times.
I guess right now he was kind of fresh off. He was still fresh off the shit though, but. They just hang out. This is a group of high school kids at the fucking pool hall. Like, they're not supposed to be in school. They're playing the original Street Fighter. Not Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter.
Yeah, most people only think they remember Street Fighter 1, but they're actually remembering Street Fighter 2. 2
was the one that blew up. It was the sequel. It was one of the few times the sequel was actually better than the original.
Very true, actually. Yeah, you're right about that. So then eventually a bus of cops come in to scoop them up and bring them back to school.
And they took these kids very serious.
Yeah, a lot of cops
over fences.
They climbed up some like brownstone. Very wild. These cops really wanted to get these kids back in school.
And then once the little black kids hopped over the fucking roof to roof, it was probably like 8-foot gap. Get a running start. You can do it if you got some kind of athleticism. Cops were like, nope, not having it.
Yeah, before Evel Knievel, there was hood black kids. And that was the original parkour.
These fucking dudes just jumped over that shit. The cops are like, we're out. You go, whatever. We'll scoop you up one day eventually.
You'll have a day in the sun, yeah. But so they move on from skipping school, jumping over from roof to roof on building tops to a little light thievery. They used to run this game where they would go into the local record shop because Q was a DJ, so he needed a few new sets, a couple of new albums, and he would run the decoy of trying to get the light-skinned girl that works at the counter's number with the gold tooth, who eventually wants to get a full front of gold teeth, and her teeth are just bucking out. They really shot her from a camera angle though, where
that bitch could bite the back of a Volkswagen off. They got the jaws of life with them shits.
They had to have told her too, like, hey, we're gonna shoot you from a very unflattering angle. Like, it's gonna make you look like you have the worst overbite.
You catch fellatio from her, you gambling with your life.
Man. But she even catches them as they're stealing. Like it doesn't even really work because
they weren't smooth at all with it. Like, Steele walked out. He had the paper in the front, the records literally sticking out the back.
And then turned around, acknowledged that he was caught, and gave her a little hip thrust to let her further know that she had been got.
It wasn't video surveillance back then.
You would have thought they might have had a security guard. A brother or cousin or something.
It's a little mom and pop record store in 1992, 1991 when they filmed. They're going to have a fucking security guard.
I feel like those were...
Only the big spots do, like Dr. J's or some shit. Yeah. They'll have some ex-felon sitting at the door, reading a newspaper, watching you, scaring the shit out of you.
Oh, man.
So right after they get out of there, they go almost participate as accessories to another fucking crime. They go to the local bar to get a pack of smokes from a cigarette machine. If you kids don't know what a cigarette machine was, so you stick some money in it and a pack of cigarettes will pop out.
And it was also next to a payphone which no longer exists.
So they walk up in local watering hole, EPMD, Eric and Parrish are just in there chilling, drinking. Q sexually harasses a young woman at the phone, invading her space by 2019 standards. Then notices his recently freed felon friend, Blizzard.
Say that 10 times fast.
Is just out there chilling, scoping the scene. He's like, "Yo, Blizz, what's up? When you get out?"
Looking suspicious.
Yeah, he's everybody else is at the bar. He's playing the jukebox, just snapping his fingers, bobbing his head, got the high top fade. And then he goes, "Yo, you just got out, man. I just got parole yesterday." And they, shooting a small talk, and then all of a sudden, he's like, "Yo, pardon me, bro. I'm about to rob this fucking shit."
He was like, staying out of trouble. He was like, "What's my name, man? You know me.
It's Blizz." Pulls out a fucking shotgun.
Tells everybody to strip.
Tells everybody to strip, and tells one girl, "Hurry up, because you look good."
You look good, girl. Oh,
and then he asks Q if he wants a piece of this. Q's like, "Nah, I'm good."
Like a true friend. You want a slice of this action, baby?
I spin records. He's like, I spin the rap lyrics. I don't live the rap lyrics. You know what I'm saying? But
man.
Q goes outside, tells his boys, like, "Yo, Blizz is in there robbing this motherfucker right now."
He just told everybody to strip. He was like, "How did you make it out of there?" He asked me if I wanted a piece. And
stupid ass Tupac, stupid ass Bishop wants to be like, "Yo, let's go up in there. It's like, check day."
He can't believe that the rest of the crew isn't down for that.
And once again, Raheem, being the alpha, being the leader, checks him and was like, "Yo, none of us are going down over no BS robbery. We're not going in there." Tupac tries to get in again. He gets sunned again by Raheem.
I mean, that's a tough sell. And then make it so bad 5 seconds later, who do they see?
Raheem's baby's mom's getting into like a nice little BMW.
With who?
Special Ed.
Special Ed had that. Who did he look like? Today he looks like somebody else because he has that Saudi Arabian look.
He's Jamaican. Well, he's Jamaican, Trinidadian or some shit.
Yeah, he got to be Trinidadian again because he has that West Indies look.
The Jamaicans have the same shit. Some of them they're called coolies. They got the mixed guys. Yeah, like Super Cat.
Because he had
the straight hair.
He had a high top of good hair.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Which I was like, that's hard to pull off, a high top with good hair on it with the BM.
I'm sure Super Cat had that same shit back in 1991.
He had a bass head wiping down his whip too, while hollering at Shorty. Oh my.
Yeah, who's watching the kid? Oh, the kid's probably in the back seat watching Bob get tongued down by Special Ed.
So I mean, and Bishop has to point that out to him. He said, "I thought that was your girl.
Thought that was your woman." So now all types of stupid shit's going in Raheem's head because he has to get some money. He can't just hang out at a pool hall every day.
And run a little nickel and dime hustles. So they go back to
Steele's house.
While they're at Steele's house, Steele makes them what I can only say is a heart attack special. He mixes government cheese, eggs, and ham along with a couple of splashes of backwashed Old E.
Yeah, that's not a true friend that backwashes in your food while he cooks, bro.
I mean, he tipped that bottle all the way to the sky and then let like his tongue and lips sliver across the noise top of it.
And then he fucking poured that shit. He's like, "You gotta get it right, baby."
It's almost gone.
That motherfucker, like, Tupac's bitching at them that they didn't get a piece of that robbery.
And that robbery turned out to be wild because Blizz got
murked by the cops.
Yeah, so and
he shot 2 cops.
So Tupac is upset that they weren't there to help Blizz.
Yeah, and then it flashes up on the news while he's talking shit.
Yeah,
that he was murdered by the cops, like we just said, and then everybody's looking at him like, "See, we would have been dead too. We would have listened to your dumbass."
Yeah.
Pablo Guzman on Fox 5 still fucking, he's still there. Back in 92 was there, and he's still on Fox 5 New York today.
Pablo Guzman, man, that's so funny. I forgot about that. Yeah,
sounds like a pitcher for the Mets.
I have to say, all of these guys had gold rings on. Like, they all, the swag was up. Even Tupac had
Harlem dudes at the end of the day, still Harlem.
What do you have, the gold AK-47?
A broke Harlem dude is still gonna, fucking flash on you a little bit.
Oh man. So Tupac is getting mad that he's always getting A, harassed by the police, B, harassed by the Puerto Rican gang.
Rod Maz.
He just feels like life, no matter which way he shakes it, his home life isn't the greatest at all.
There's no escape. Basically.
You know what I mean? So it's like he tells them that I'm never gonna be shit. I'm never gonna be shit. So why am I? Why even try? Yeah. So he's accepted his fate.
He's like, I run from the cops. I run from the gangs. I run from this. I run from that. I feel like I'm on a goddamn track team. That's what he says.
So the only thing you could do to change that is to change your circumstance in his mind. So eventually they get the smart idea when Q's at the DJ competition that they're going to get a gun. They seem to, even Steele seems to be down for it. You would have thought he would have been a little bit more suspect with them.
Like you said earlier, he's a follower, so it seemed like a good idea.
Yeah, like, let's get a gun, a 6-shooter. You know what I mean?
So Raheem comes up with the get money quick scheme of robbing their local bodega. Like, not a bodega, a city away or, in a different neighborhood. No, the bodega around the corner.
The one they go to every single day.
Yeah, so they decide to rob old man Quiles. So
while they're devising that scheme, Q is at his shorty's house. This is a chick. He gets to the house. Her ex-husband is there, giving nothing but a hard black man's attitude. You know what I mean?
He's a little 17-year-old punk. And he's like, why is this kid here? What the fuck you think he's there for? He's up in your wife's guts, bro. He's giving her that sweet young Dak Prescott.
He asked him if he knew. He asked him if he knew like prophets and stuff like that. He said, "Should you be in school?" Oh man!
Like, nah, I'm in sex education with your wife right now, motherfucker. Seriously. That's where I'm at.
He said, "What type of name is Q?"
What, names like Raheem and Quindell are too hard to spell?
Would you say, boy, speak up, boy? And then she comes out of the room this is why guys fight. A little silliness like this. I mean, she comes out waving his boxers around, talking, as she's kicking him out of the house, as she's asking about the new man on the couch who's half his age. Crazy.
He says, baby, I'm just telling you, you're just taking the save the children shit too far. I don't know why is this kid in my house? And she still doesn't understand why he's in the house.
And she was, what's her face from En Vogue?
Cindy, I believe, for En Vogue.
Cute.
Probably one of her only movies, if I remember. I feel like the girls from En Vogue should have been bigger stars. I don't know what happened. Had Dawn, the hot little one with the slanted eyes, like the little. Yeah. She was fucking hot, and she ended up in Lucy Pearl and a couple other things, but never really popped off the way. Them and Boyz II Men kind of faded out a little bit.
You know what? They probably didn't want. They were probably like independent women type shit. Like they tired of being like somebody's love interest. Yeah. You know what I mean? I can see that. Like, because she's cute, but she's not. I mean,
I wouldn't kick her out of bed.
I might kick her out. I don't know. She had a little bit of attitude. Later on in the movie, she kind of cops this attitude I'm not really feeling.
What, you don't like women to talk back and have their own opinion, Keith?
Yeah, that's fine, I guess. I guess if you got it. No, I mean, she just got real. We can't even talk about it now, but I'll talk about it later when I feel like she's kind of jumping off the rails, like after what just happened to this guy.
I think he was pretty disrespectful, though, but...
Yeah, I mean, he came off a little hot.
I'm about women's rights, and I guess you aren't.
Totally about women's rights. I don't know where you got that from.
You hear that, female fans?
Keith doesn't like women.
Keith said he doesn't like when black women talk back to him. That's pretty much what I heard. I don't know about you.
Yeah, you would like to put that out there, wouldn't you? I think everybody is entitled to their own opinion.
Yeah, I guess, whatever.
So Q's at this woman's house while the rest of the bunch is devising a plan for pretty much just a get-rich-quick scheme. Yeah. I mean, how much money
how much you going to get in a fucking bodega? Probably we're better off going in the bar. Maybe 4 or 5 of them probably could have made it in and out and got out, but...
I mean, that was wild.
Yeah, that was crazy. No mask. That's just...
And he was standing there hanging out for 15 minutes beforehand, just casing the joint. You don't case a joint, rob it the same day in the same 15 minutes.
He had no mask on. Like I just said, no mask. No plan, no mask.
He had just got out. He was looking for money immediately.
They got to rehabilitate these prisoners a little better. That's out of control.
So as you were telling me, they actually taught Omar Epps before this movie how to actually spin.
Yeah, he went through months of like DJ training, just do basic stuff so it would look good on film. And he did a pretty good job. He looks pretty convincing. He had a hip hop background at the time. He was an aspiring rapper. He was in a group. What was the name of that group? I believe it was Wolfpack, because they put out songs years later. But this was back then where you became an actor first, kind of. If your shit didn't come out right away, it was hard for you to get accepted. But eventually it became like a thing. And then you just had, Queen Latifah. Well, Queen Latifah's music came out first, but the rapper actor thing, it was definitely a stigma at the time. But Tupac was smart at the time because his album actually came out right at the same time as this movie. So he was like a double threat right away. And people realized his talent in this movie. Overacted a little bit, but still showed his chops.
In scenes, yeah, he did overact, but on the whole, I have to say that Omar Epps was probably the best actor out of all of them, and this was his first scene. And
Raheem was terrible.
He was 19?
17.
17? Wow.
Yeah, 17 when he filmed this movie. He got discovered. There's an open audition. This is his first role of, what is now a 25-year-plus career.
Jeez.
From everything from this to, what was it, ER and all types of shit.
Yeah, he really made his mark out of this. I give it to him. He let his career rise out of this. He never had any bad scandals. Nah. He stayed clean the whole time. His whole career. It was much
easier back then to stay clean.
I mean, even till now, you would have thought he's been in the business for so long. Some chick comes through. Oh, Omar Epps touched me, and you know what I mean. He kissed me. I'm sure
Omar Epps touched a lot of girls back in the '90s. The girls used to love some Omar Epps back in the day.
He was thin too with the Gumby.
Yeah.
Oh man.
He was chilling, man, but. Like I said, they devised this stupid ass fucking plan. Raheem's dumbass didn't want to rob a bar, but he wants to rob the local bodega. So now they're telling Q that basically on his DJ competition that they're running up in the motherfucking bodega right after. So after he finishes his set, they're gonna get out of the party and go to the bodega and then go back to his competition and use him as a fucking alibi. Good friends.
And even when they're telling him the plan, Bishop has the gun the whole time. The way he's caressing the gun the whole time, it's just. I want to say some of it's overacting, but I was just like, what? That kind of placates on the fact that he just is enamored with.
He's enamored with power. He feels the power of the gun. For the first time, a weak-minded person like him has felt power. He feels like, shit, I could walk around Radamaz with this shit now. Let them run up now.
He proved it, though. I give it to him. He wasn't all talk. Because less than 24 hours later, they're at the DJ competition. And
Q's killing it. Q's holding his own amongst some of the top guys. DJ Scratch, my personal favorite DJ of all time, is performing, and he's just killing it. And he wins the first round against his opponent, and then GQ walks up and kills his opponent. So it was setting up for finals with Q and Scratch and whoever the other guy went to. It was like a semifinal, and we never get to see it because after he gets off his stage, he gets what?
Everybody's high-fiving him. The whole crowd is amped. It's like his time to shine. And who does he walk into? His three boys with that look on their face.
Not even smiling. No pounds. No congratulations. Nothing. Bad friends.
Just bad friends. Like you ready to make this move?
Hashtag bad friends.
And Bishop giving him that icy look of, we were arguing later. We're not really boys at this time, but you're definitely going to hold us down when we do this.
Yeah.
Crazy scenario.
So they make him leave his own competition. Once again, like I said, use him as a fucking alibi and go to the fucking bodega. And the rest of this is just going to change their lives forever.
Yes, everybody's life changed in this. I kind of wish they had ended the movie differently, just because they could have just at least having the little blurb of a paragraph that gives you a little wrap up summary. You kind of got to leave it up to your own demise.
Well, I did some Wikipedia research and found a few things. Well, IMB research, really.
Gotcha.
We'll go into that later.
Yeah, so Raheem just pretty much tells him you ready to go, and Q has that look in his face that I don't want to go. And then once they get there, he's panicking. You know what I mean? He definitely doesn't do it. The only one sort of really about it is Bishop and Raheem. So they walk in, face mask on.
Yeah, old man Quillis is in there. He was in an earlier scene in the movie, breaking up the fight with Radamaz and Pac.
Mind you, he had a shotgun at the time.
Yeah.
And so they're robbing him. It looks like, I mean, they get maybe $200.
Yeah, it looks like only a couple, maybe a few hundred at the very most. Wrinkled up.
All right, so they have gotten away with the robbery to this point. They're still in the store. Bishop still has the gun in the old man, and for some
Old man's begging for his life, saying, "Don't shoot me, don't shoot me." They're out. They're just waiting for the police to pass, and Pac just blasts this motherfucker's brains out
for no reason whatsoever. It's just like, why? Why? Like you were good. You stole the money. He didn't see your face.
Yep.
You didn't have to shoot this man. This could have changed the whole complexity of the movie if you didn't shoot this guy.
Oh yeah, they actually went back to the club and had a good time.
Yeah, right. You just had a good time.
There's no reason for that, but like you can't give crazy motherfuckers guns. I don't know whose idea was to let the hothead of the group hold the gun.
Well,
like, anybody should have been Raheem.
Well, when they're asking who's going to hold the gun, he said, "I'm holding the gun." They said, "Why?" He said, "Because I got it already." So, I mean, how are you going to get the gun from at the time? I mean,
in my opinion, the person who purchased the gun should be holding it, which was Raheem, but whatever.
So to get back to block away.
They ran into like an abandoned building to talk about what the fuck just happened, and they all flipping on him. They're like, "Yo, man, we gotta get rid of the gun. We gotta get rid of the gun." And Pac is not. He doesn't want to get rid of a murder weapon.
Yes, he
doesn't know about DNA and all that stuff yet. It hasn't hit yet in 1992.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Pac has 2 guns at this time, like one in each pocket. No, he does. He has a gun right. He has a gun in his hand, and then he has a gun in his pocket.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, he has 2 pistols. Because he winds up hiding one later. So him and Raheem get into an argument over getting rid of the gun. Pac doesn't want to, pushes Raheem off, and in a moment of haste, blasts his ass. I mean, right in the chest.
Like, hated him because he was light-skinned.
I'm kind of glad that a light-skinned guy died first.
I bet
because in many movies, the dark-skinned character usually gets his his very early. So to see a light-skinned guy go first is that was like the beginning, something for the culture.
Ugh, it's disgusting. But anyway, Raheem gives him that last grip of scare as he goes in his pocket, because after he shoots Raheem, he almost forgets to get the fucking money from the robbery. So he has to go up in one of his best friend's pockets after he just shot him in cold blood in the motherfucking chest.
So they move from one abandoned building to the next abandoned building because there's now a dead body in it.
Cops are just driving up and down, not seeing anything. They don't see these 4 young teenagers just running around.
Pac still gun in hand, making wild threats. I mean, at this point in time,
wearing a Red Sox hat, by the way. Makes a lot of sense. Very unstable group they are.
Red Sox have never done anything to me as a Mets fan, so I'm not worried about it. Yeah. But he's telling Steele and Q he's the leader now, and we're a group. And he's so out of it that instead of talking about him killing Raheem, he's like, "Damn, how much money did we get?"
Takes out the money and starts counting it
he didn't just kill
one of his boys.
This man since you were 2 years old, and you just blew him away like it was nothing. Like,
it's crazy.
Then he pulls a gun on both of them and tells them he pulls a gun on both of them so he can let them know that he's the leader now. I'm the captain now.
Yeah, he's like, "You guys are following me now, just like you did Raheem, basically." And they don't even want to move. He has to pull the gun out on them to physically make his friends move because nobody's trying to listen to him. They're in shock. They just witnessed 2 murders in the course of fucking 8 minutes.
As Steele is crying, Pac, open hand, palms his face and wipes the tears off his
wipe
face.
Your tears. That move right there basically made him his son. He was Tupac's son after that.
I would have been like, "Can we shoot this again, man? Don't wipe the tears off my face, man. Don't do that."
Like, cut.
Cut. I know that's not
Tell me to stop crying. Don't put your hands on my face.
Don't ever put your motherfucking hands on my face again. You hear me now?
And fun fact, while they were shooting this movie, the actor Jermaine Hopkins said he played a joke on Tupac during the movie, saying that he was fired. And Tupac didn't respond well to that and proceeded to beat his ass. And he got in a physical altercation. So that makes that scene even more funny, that he put his hands all over his face, sunning him, after he probably beat his ass in real life, too. So there's that.
Because Tupac was not a big man, and Steele is shorter than him, even with the hot top. He's still shorter.
Tupac was like 5'7", 5'8". So old Steele had to be like 5'4" because he's way taller than him.
Yeah, he is way taller. If you don't know,
He got like 3 inches at least.
If you're thinking who Steele is Sam's and Lean on Me also.
Kills your brain cells, son. It kills your brain cells.
Who? These guys?
He's like, you're ugly. Is your mama ugly?
Yeah, ugly.
Smoke crack, don't you? Sing the school song.
Morgan Freeman put like the perfect like Uncle Tom type of dictator.
Call me Crazy Joe, now they call me Batman.
Even Tupac used the weirdest reference earlier. He was, what did he say about the grits thing? Or he said, was it walking in and she was like, it called it was like fat like grits or something like that. As walking in the show, I forgot.
Tupac was a strays, man.
Yeah.
All over the place. You could see every part of Tupac's personality in this movie and how it would affect him later in life, because everybody knows what happens to Pac tragically in real life. Gets cut down at the age of, I believe, 25 after becoming one of the biggest stars.
So within the movie, as they're arguing, trying to, Pac is sorting the crew out on what's going to happen next. So he hides the gun in the abandoned building the second abandoned building in between 2 bricks and under 2 bricks. Any cop worth his weight that could follow them around and know that they have at least been in this spot would have kicked those 2 bricks over and found that gun.
Or a random homeless person that probably would have found it in real life that would have been going in there to take a shit, knock some bricks over. Oh, a gun.
So they go back to the DJ competition, and Q is out of it. I mean, he's
head spinning.
The cops come into the building immediately and start rounding up Q. I don't know how they found Q.
DJ Scratch was about to whip his ass anyway. You weren't getting first place, Q. Sorry.
I don't know how they found Raheem's body so quick. They were in an abandoned building. How did they find his body so fast?
Well, remember the light came on. Somebody said, "Hey, what's going on down there?"
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
That's when they
ran. That makes sense.
So that's the end of that DJ competition.
They just all look like they did a little something. Like, none of them don't look guilty. You know what I mean? Just by their mannerisms. Other than Bishop. Bishop comes up to him. He was like, "Yo, I can't believe this. They said Raheem is dead.
Somebody shot him."
Somebody shot him. Like, Tupac's acting there, great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he came up with that real, he just looks so calm. And
you can definitely see the talent at this, at an early age with him. I believe he was 19 or about to be 20 when this movie came out. And for him to be doing some of the stuff he did in this movie, the back and forth, like with the emotions, is just crazy. And he was crazy, obviously, in real life.
Yes, he was. He talked it and lived it.
Definitely bipolar and whatever. He could be the nicest guy and then all of a sudden going nuts.
And you know who I underestimate their acting? Steele's acting. I was like, he had to cry on cue, especially they get down to the police office. He had to cry, he's crying on cue again. Everybody has to get their side of the story done. The cops are extremely close to them while they talk to him, able to rough him up, smack him in the face, put him in a half Nelson.
One thing that I see, on the rewatch now, is these kids are teenagers, and where are their parents? You're not even supposed to be questioning them. They're supposed to either have a lawyer present or their family. You're not supposed to be questioning juveniles without their fucking family.
And I'm talking about they're about IO remote space away from touching their face as they're talking to them. I mean, they're not giving...
Oh, they put hands on Steele, though. They shake the shit out of Steele. They do. That's what cops do. Cops get a crew of kids together. They identify who the weakest link is. And obviously, it's Steele. He's already crying as soon as you brought the bitch in. and then they just start shaking him up, poking him in his chest.
The way they grab his face and start mushing his face, it's like where they do this at?
Yeah.
What kind of institution is this?
NYPD, baby.
Bishop straight up just lies and says Rodman had something to do with it. Radames has something to do with it.
He said, if anybody had motive to kill Raheem, it would have been Radames. His arch enemy who he hates.
You see it very early.
So Tupac's a snitch.
Yes, he was.
That doesn't. That's snitching. He didn't do it. The kid didn't do it, but just playing games.
He kept the crew out of it.
Yeah.
And then you might kill 2 birds in one stone. You also get rid of Radames.
Yeah. Not
a bad deal.
Then he could be the leader of Radames.
Yeah, you definitely want to be the leader of Radames, especially when you got Tretch and them hanging out together. He looks like he doesn't look like he doesn't hit hard.
Yeah. Fitz looks like he lifted a lot of weights at an early age.
So now they fast forward to Raheem's wake. Wake, because they got food and shit.
Yeah.
The spread looks. I see carrots, yams, greens,
Southern style
chicken,
Southern style African American food.
Cornbread, greens, yams. Man, it looks really, really good.
And his mother, who obviously is a cleaning lady, because she has like a cleaning lady uniform on,
Yeah, she
is at the wake and serving everybody, trying to keep busy, dealing with her grief, obviously.
They all come, dressed up nice, but
1990s suits, very baggy, very Arsenio Hall look.
shoulder pads are killing right now. I mean, the shoulder pad game is
very big blazers.
yes, clean. You know, you have to say that both of their families, that all their families had to have money. They always were clean. The whole movie, they were
Harlem,
not.
baby, it's Harlem. Even when they broke, they're gonna look good. You're gonna know you gotta know some kind of hustle to get you something.
I mean, because
Get you some night. Oh, here you need some Stacey Adams for the wake, boy. Here you go.
they had to steal and stuff like that, but they were not broke. I mean, they
were all right.
definitely were not broke.
GQ had a lot of sneakers, man.
Right about that. Oh man, they got his baby moms there crying with the kid. The kid's crying. Light skin with good hair though.
Oh, yeah.
Inherited the father's traits. So then Q gets up to go talk to the sister.
Special ed will raise them. Don't worry.
Man, you can imagine that. It's like you kind of gotta. It's like he can't be around again. So Q gets up to talk to the mom and the sister, and who's also at the wake? Bishop. Just having a plate of food.
In the background, while they talking, just creeping.
Just steady creeping. Making sure that nothing is not said without him knowing. And he even takes the time to interject as Q and Raheem's sister are talking so he can add in his 2 cents and offer his condolences, and even brings up the fact that they've been friends since they were 2 years old and how he was like a brother to him and they hung out every day, and gives the mom a hug while staring in Q's eyes.
That's, in my opinion, that's the moment when Tupac became an actor right there. That's when you saw that scene right there.
The look of concern.
You knew Tupac was going to be around and a part of your life. When he looks up after he hugs her, after he says that shit, like, you need anything. And then he looks up and he makes eye contact with Omar Epps. That's when everybody knew, all right, this kid's for real right here. That was it.
I mean, his face, the way his face looks when he's showing concern, like, and he just like puts his hand on her shoulder. He's like, "Hey, I just can't believe that the cops haven't done anything. I'm out there looking for who did it too." He even said that he was out there looking for who did it too.
He's like, I'm looking as well. I'm asking questions as well.
Very proper. You know what I mean? He's not using any hood vernacular. Very proper when he says all this. I love it.
That's bad, man. It's evil.
Yeah, to be like, but you gotta, like, people gotta see people in life like that. Like, there's evil people like this in life, and people don't. I was like, this motherfucker's crazy. Like,
I've been in situations where I've seen people who have showed out at funerals and acted like they were so concerned, who ended up being the killer themselves. So I can relate to this.
It's like, what does a killer look like to really anybody? You know, anybody with a little bit of motive.
A lot of times, it's the people you grew up with in the sandbox that'll blow your head off sometimes out of hate.
Man, so I mean, after the uncomfortable stare down between Q and Bishop, they fast forward to Q being at home, Bishop kind of stalking him and Steele.
Yeah, he's trying to,
because he has to make sure that, because if he talks, then everybody, if one of them talks, then they all go down.
Yeah,
so
Bishop's definitely suffering from like some paranoia right now, because he's probably like, I got to keep track on the guys who know what I did.
So it seems like he's killed, the way the time frame lines up, he's killed 2 people within 20 minutes, and within a week, he's just like now embracing his inner demons.
Yeah.
Because he meets up, because none of them were going to school. So Q goes back to school.
Yeah, that's the positive part about it. You got asked back to school. Sometimes you got to see your friend's chest get blown off.
Right in front of your face. And a Korean man's top get popped.
It's not a Korean. It's Puerto Rican, bro.
Was it? I thought it was Korean.
Quiles.
Oh, Quiles. Yeah, I mean, they could have been making fun of him.
He didn't look like...
It looked like a Korean, yeah.
No, he didn't look anything like Korean.
He looked like a Korean from Chinatown. I see my fair share of Koreans. He looked Korean. Okay.
Like a Puerto Rican man. But continue.
So Bishop meets Q at school and tells him, you know what, before when you said I was crazy,
right.
I felt some type of way about it, but now you're right. I am crazy. and I don't care about you, and I definitely don't care about myself. So if I don't care about myself, what do you think is gonna happen to you?
Say you less of a man than me. So when I say it's over, good actor.
He was. He killed those parts. He was like, "This is your time to shine."
Then now, he's messing it up for Q at his little jump off spot. Like he's with got his nice little nurse, and now he's arguing with her because he's dealing with, probably PTSD right now. Doesn't even realize it, but
yeah, but she knew his best friend just got shot. It's like ease off him a little bit.
Yeah, but he didn't have to snap at her the way he did, and told her to shut the fuck up after she told him that I know you're going through something, so chill. And then
well, she startled him. You don't startle a man like that. You know what I mean? He doesn't like to be startled. You don't startle him. He had to tell her that, make that very clear. Don't startle me again. You know what I mean? It's real out there in these streets. Do not startle me. Mm-hmm. So at the arcade, Bishop's at the arcade, like, everything's sweet. Radamez and his gang pull up and tell him, come outside real quick. And he obliges. I give it to him. He does come outside. He could have stayed in there.
He wasn't pussy.
No, he could have stayed in there under the safety of the arcade. But no, he came right outside. Went around the corner too. First one. They hem him up, let him know.
And mind you, it's like 10-on-1 right now.
Definitely. And supposedly the cops are snitches too, because Radamez pulls up and says the cops pulled him in for questioning him, and the cops told him that he said that he killed Raheem.
Yeah, that's pretty dirty. And that's why you don't talk to the cops, ladies and gentlemen.
And Bishop does lie and say that he didn't say it.
Yeah, but he 100% did.
Yeah. Then calls him, more derogatory Spanish terms. Radamez pulls out a knife, sticks it a quarter of the way up his nostril.
Not a knife, a butterfly knife.
Sticks it a quarter way up his nostril. That
fancy little swinging thing when he pulls it out.
That always fascinated me too, when people could just hit it real quick and just like
never could do that.
Yeah,
never really wanted to try. I seen a kid try to do it once and cut his hand up. I was like, yep, I'm out.
Yeah, that's a good way to get out of it. So they hop Bishop. Bishop starts to reach for the gun, but the cops come, so they all scatter. But not before he sees Q and Steele, and they don't rush in to help him. Instead, they walk away.
Because they're like, oh, maybe he didn't see us, maybe whatever.
Yeah. So as they're running away, Radamez and Bishop run up in the same alley. So Bishop taps him on the shoulder. He was like,
yo, I think we lost him.
Then pulls out the ratchet, caps him twice. If you look at the cinematography, the bullets don't, like the blood packs on his chest were supposed to explode in his neck.
I don't think he had blood packs. I think it was just sound effects.
You think they just shot it afterwards? Yeah, because they didn't even try. You know what I mean?
It's a very low budget movie.
Yeah, it was like
you just heard the sound effects. Saw the kid fall. He grabbed his chest, and then all of a sudden you see blood under him.
As it was somebody saying, he was like, "We got a budget. Baby. You got to kill 2 more people tonight."
I always wondered why Tupac yelled "Riverside, motherfucker." I still don't.
Well, he said pick a side. He told him to pick a side before, right as it went on. He told him to pick a side. So I guess he's Riverside and he's Radamez is the other side.
I guess maybe.
I mean, you'd have to just I don't know. Yeah, they didn't really explain that well, but
he just yelled "Riverside, motherfucker."
It's just something cool to say. You know
maybe.
What I mean?
Maybe.
I like that.
Maybe that's the new gang he was starting after he took over everything.
The Riverside Riders.
Obviously, there's an opening for leadership in Radamez gang. Looks like they need somebody.
Yeah, right. Oh, man. And then a position had just opened up in Riverside, too, as a matter of fact. Being that Raheem was gone. His position has opened up all over. So Q, understanding the fact that now he has to protect himself, it goes down to the local arms dealer.
Yeah. A little old lady named Sweets. Very unassuming. Looks like she has a little poker game going on in the bar.
Yeah.
Has a fucking little small arsenal of fucking weapons.
That she keeps in the fridge.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
So she gave him the equivalent of a high-powered slingshot for $25.
Yeah, it looked like a Saturday night, what they call a Saturday night special.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, that looks like a Tuesday night special, as small as that gun is.
No, that's what the gun's called.
Well, yes, I know, but not at that small. That small, that could fit into a bra.
It's like a little 3-shooter, 4-shooter, and got to really get up on the person to blow their fucking head off. But hey, keep a motherfucker off you.
Yeah, definitely. Well, yeah, right. You definitely keep a motherfucker off you. You pull that thing out. So Bishop,
and it's very concealable.
Yeah, it's very concealable.
Put it in your Timberland boot.
Bishop doesn't know what to do with himself at the time, so he goes down to another bar. You know, I noticed too, all these bars had arcades. Kind of a lost art. You know what I mean? Every bar had an arcade.
It was back in the day, man. They made a lot of money off those fucking things.
Bishop somehow breaks an arcade game in a bar. The guy asks him about it. He storms off and smacks what would be 2 glass beer bottles into a
crowd of people.
Just a crowd of people, just wild.
And nobody whooped his ass. These are grown men.
All
mind you,
grown black men. Grown black men in a bar.
They're drinking. And
some of them were probably really mad he did that. They're like, damn, in the movie, I'm really mad he did that.
Yeah, that shit was pretty wild.
So he goes back so Bishop goes to Steele's apartment complex and hides out in the stairwell waiting for Steele to come back. With, nothing but bad intentions. You could just see it on his face. He's like, come on, I need you to help me do something. What you going to say? No? You just seen him kill your other best friend.
He likes hopping out the shadows on motherfuckers, man.
Boy, and he was patient, too. Don't get it wrong. He was patient.
How long were you there? Huh? Were you squatting? Like, how did he... You a catcher? Like, how'd you do that?
Because he said, about time you came home. So he had been there for a little bit. He said, about time. Because it was daytime when they left.
Yeah, that's wild, man. But he catches Steele. They go for a walk, basically. And he gets popped. He says we ain't crewing. He's trying to tie up loose ends. Basically, he says we're not crew anymore. You guys don't hang out with me. They didn't hang out with him for 2 days. He took that as all right. You guys are about to tell on me.
I haven't seen some of my friends for 48 hours. I don't think it's to the point they want to shoot me in my chest.
Yeah, well.
Well, you know, also he didn't like the fact that Steele made a phone call, and then when he asked who was on the phone call, the person hung up.
No, it was the main thing was this is the first time they've seen him since he fucking got attacked by Radamaz, and he saw them run away, basically, and leave him by himself.
True.
So to him, in his demented brain, okay, these guys got to die, because if they're not willing to fight for me, what are they willing to do when the cops run up on them?
That's one mode of thinking I didn't think about. So you're right. So he figured, got to get rid of him. So bring Steele around the back of the arcade where they are and shoots him.
Low-key plot line throughout this whole movie is the fact that Samuel L. Jackson was definitely hollering at underage girls the whole time.
The whole
movie. Every scene, he starts off talking to like a young teenage girl with hoop earrings.
Very close talker also. Kind of almost seems like he had them pinned a little bit. Like the first girl, she was damn near pinned against the fence.
Yeah.
Like,
he's definitely a early version of R. Kelly, I feel.
Yeah, definitely. R. Kelly knew who to get his masters from.
He's like, hey, you want some free quarters for those games, little girl?
And then, so Bishop goes back into the store where Samuel Jackson is and just puts the word out that Q is going crazy and that he doesn't know what he's going to do when he sees Steele because he's been trying to talk to him and he can't get through to him. You look at Samuel Jackson's face, you would have thought that he would have thought this was all bullshit, but obviously not because the word gets out very quickly.
Yeah,
damn.
He's the master of whispers in this neighborhood. He's the gossip guy.
Apparently, because within, it seems like an hour, the whole word's out because they find Steele manages to work his way to the street because as big as he is, Bishop only shoots him one time in the left side of his chest.
He has some padding on him.
Yeah, pretty big dude, yeah. So he finds his way to the street and somebody finds him, calls an ambulance. He gets taken away by the ambulance, but there's people who's standing around and they're like, oh, there he is right there, one of his friends or the guy who did it because word eventually got out within an hour.
Yeah.
This is no cell phones either.
Well,
nobody got text
Samuel
messages.
Jackson, also his character, at the DJ audition earlier with Queen Latifah, fucking he's Q's in there and he literally just finished the audition to say he can be in a competition, just walked out the door. And Samuel Jackson's like, heard you just got that DJ gig, brother. Like, literally, he goes, how the fuck did you know that? But he knew.
He knew everything. Well, he's the local street guy, you know what I mean, with the velvet shirts on, I wish they would have fixed his collar in the back. See how they didn't fix the collar?
He wanted it like that, man.
Bunched up?
You think he didn't want it like that?
With the gold chain bunched up on it like that? You think so? I don't know. So now Q knows that he's wanted from the police because Samuel Jackson told him that,
everybody's looking for you. Yeah. Everybody heard you shot everybody, basically. All the people that Tupac shot are being blamed on him.
When Steele makes it to the hospital, just so happens he goes to the same hospital that Q's girlfriend works in. She sees him there, and he tells her that Bishop shot everybody. They don't actually
trying to frame Q.
Yeah, he's trying to frame Q. I don't know if word ever got out, actually. They never summed that up in the film. But the Q does the dumbest thing ever. He goes to meet Bishop without that gun. He throws that gun in the water and tells Bishop, but wants to meet up with Bishop, but has no gun. I don't know what he thought was going to happen.
Could have been a whole movie, different movie.
Yeah, he knew he was crazy. Why get rid of the gun?
And then the best part of the movie is the amount of shots that Tupac had in a 6-shooter. Lets off 7 total in this scene.
And the scene chasing him down with, and then he chases him down, and then also gets into a crowded elevator. Stares at Q right across the elevator, just shoots right at him.
Yeah, he said, "Motherfucker, what you gonna do? Shoot me in the elevator?" Tupac was like, "Bet, let's go."
This whole movie, people tried to call Tupac's bluff. When would they realize he was not bluffing? Tupac did not bluff at all this whole entire movie.
And so Q now, after they had the tussle, somebody, another guy grabbed the gun off the floor. So now Tupac's out here naked without his weapon. So now he's back to being old little bitch ass Bishop from the beginning that will, run away. He runs away into a fucking party, knows Q's chasing him, just starts hollering at a girl. He's just in there hollering at a girl, runs out the window, and then a horrible fight scene ensues.
Yeah, I hear you. It had a horrible fight scene ensues. Yeah, because Tupac, he got shot in the arm, but he manages to climb.
Q got shot in the arm.
Q got shot in the arm and manages to climb up a stairwell.
Got shot in the motherfucking bicep and still able to fight. You get shot in your bicep, you get shot in any part of your arm's probably dead, bro. Not that I've been shot or anything, but heard it's not pleasant.
Yeah, so he was able to fist fight afterwards. He was able to put up his guard and fist fight afterwards. And not only that, Pac comes out swinging with a 2x4, misses him, and then at some point in time picks up a lead pipe, hits him in the arm he got shot, hits him with a lead pipe in the arm he got shot, and yet he was still able to fend his...
Yeah. Got hit flush in the fucking arm that he just got hit.
And was still able to fend him off. And then...
I'm pretty sure that scene inspired the video game Streets of Rage. Because the way weapons were just popping out everywhere. You had guns flying away, people picking them up, wood 2x4s, pipes. Like, where the fuck? Where was the maintenance man? What was going on in this fucking apartment building?
It was lawless. It was lawless. So they wound up tussling. Eventually, Q headbutts him and then pushes Bishop. Bishop falls over the side of the ledge. Q grabs his arm.
Headbutt, very underrated move. Comes in handy sometimes.
Till you knock yourself out. I see somebody headbutt somebody and knock themselves out.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do to survive sometimes.
Very true.
Always use the top of your head, everybody. Top of your head, hardest part of the body.
I thought elbow.
Top, right here.
Oh, man, I feel you. Yeah, okay. But he can't hold his grip. Can't hold Bishop up. Bishop winds up falling into his dark, shadowy death. And as...
Really quick, like he disappeared really quick.
Oh yeah, very fast, yes. And it looks like they dubbed over what they normally would have said.
And I have an internet fun fact for that.
Okay.
The internet fun fact for that was that this wasn't the original ending. In the beginning of the movie, they're watching the movie White Heat. Okay, it's an old gangster movie, black and white movie. I believe it's James Cagney. And at the end of the movie, spoiler alert, we haven't seen it from 1949. End of the movie, it's one of the most iconic scenes. He's like top of the world. He dies. He blows up, gets shot. And Tupac says, if I go out, that's the way I want to go out, down in a blaze of glory, basically. So in the original ending for the movie, Bishop lets go of Q's hand, saying that he'd rather fall to his death than go to jail. Because in the scene, you hear the sirens from the police cars. Mm-hmm. So when it was tested for audiences, Paramount Pictures executives demanded that it was changed because it didn't test well with the audiences. So that's why they changed it to the ending that you see now.
That is pretty wild.
And then after this scene, Q walks up and a whole crowd was there, witnessed the murder. And the whole party came out. There's girls crying. They didn't even know Bishop. And some little guy, the little guy from the beginning of the movie is like, you got the juice now, yo.
And the way he holds him up, though, like as it was very dramatic because everybody's staring at him. It's like, so y'all all just gonna let somebody? You just watch somebody get killed. You're just gonna all let him go?
Yeah.
You're all sitting in front of the doorway. You don't have to move out of the way for him. He just killed someone. It's as much knowledge as you have to your knowledge.
Yeah, move out the way. Make a hole before you get thrown off the roof too.
Trust me. He shot. He got hit with a pipe. They watched the whole fight. He got hit with a pipe. He shot. It's like.
That was a great fight to watch, probably in person.
Yeah, it was
Not great cinematically, but
right. It's like, damn, he died. It's like, but you didn't have to watch him die either. He fell over the side of the face. You didn't have to watch him die either.
like he ain't gonna be in Juice Part 2. But that's pretty much the end of that.
Yeah, that's how you get the juice. You kill the man who killed all of the rest of your friends and the bodega worker that you didn't really have a beef with and didn't want to rob, and then you kill him, and then you get the juice. Apparently, I mean, I wonder if he had any jail time or anything after this.
There was a couple things that internet
speculated.
There was a couple things that weren't put in the movie that was supposed to be put in the movie, saying that he went on to live his dream as a DJ, and he started working for a hip hop station, like basically what was Hot 97 or WBLS at the time.
Okay.
So all this stuff was removed from the movie. I don't know why. They just did the one flashback of them hugging in better times before they were all shot pretty much.
Yeah.
Fell off roofs.
Before they, really killed themselves. You know what I mean? Like they really, like their biggest enemy was their bishop.
Raheem fucked them up too because it was a stupid idea. Okay, you see your girl off with like probably a drug dealer or whatever with your kid in a BMW, so you're gonna go rob a fucking bodega and then let's split it 4 ways after. Like,
$200 4 ways, you mean it?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It wasn't well thought out plan, but it made for like a nice little hood classic movie.
Yes, it was.
And obviously it was Tupac's coming out party, and then sad to say, like if you think about Tupac's run, the impact he had in basically a 5-year run. This is 1991. Movie came out in 92. He was dead in 96. So
fast times.
Yeah, he put out all those records, all these movies in a 5-year run. That's pretty impressive. Pretty sad too, because imagine what he'd be doing now. But at the end of the day,
he'd be killing it right now.
Yeah, I feel like he hopefully would have matured because in all his madness, he actually had some good points in some of the stuff when he was acting normal.
Right, yeah.
But it's definitely a hood classic, and
he just needed a little bit of TLC, like somebody he needed a hug and a girlfriend.
Oh, he had a girlfriend when he died. He had Quincy Jones' daughter.
I'm talking about in
real life. That was his real life.
Yeah, I mean in this.
Yeah, he was probably sexually frustrated. He probably needed to fucking bust a nut or something. And Bishop you saw him talk to a girl at the party though.
I mean, listen, I'm pretty sure he could talk to women. He's very convincing and conniving, so I don't put that past him at all.
Pulls out that gun that talk even faster.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but that's the end of this movie. Juice. Got some more movies coming soon.
Awesome soundtrack also. Awesome soundtrack. We were talking about that before.
One of the best soundtracks of the hip-hop generation. Definitely got me through a lot of bike rides in the 90s with my little Walkman on.
Very nice. All right, so this is a wrap up for this, and you could catch us every Wednesday at 7 o'clock. We'll be releasing a new episode, so be on the lookout for new podcasts from Golden Facts. If you have any suggestions, you could always Instagram us. You can always hit us up on YouTube or Facebook. It's all available now. iTunes, it's available, so you can find us anywhere now. We're going to be getting out a lot more content. It depends on how many people like us, so we're going to try to stick around for as long as we can. And
step those views, step those likes up.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Want. Really appreciate it. Thanks.
And at the end of the day, like I always say, life is precious. Treat it like gold. Golden Facts Podcast. Peace.